This is Riga.
This is Logan.
They're 15 months old now.
They were in hospital for 13 weeks. They had a few things wrong with them. They had chronic lung disease, a bubble on the brain. What else did they have?
I can't think of the word.
They both had to be resuscitated when they was born. They were very poorly. It was on
oxygen for weeks.
They were tube fed for 9 weeks. They had to be fed through the tubes. And we had to learn to do all of those things, which weren't very nice. What we did. Logan came on first. 2 weeks before Regan was.
Yeah.
2 weeks before Regan. And then the problem we had when we got them home, they had reflux. So every time we put them down, they were choking on the milk. So we had to work out a way where we could feed them and be able to put them down. And that's how we come up with the outpatient, the same as the hospitals.
Yeah, because the hospital make
All hospital cots are elevated to a 30-degree angle, but there's nothing out there that you can buy to have the babies elevated to a 30-degree angle, which is where the foundation of the idea came from.
So when you found out that they had reflux and they obviously had a lot of complications, talk me through the emotion between the two.
It was heartbreaking. When they was first born, I was stood.
You think the worst as well?
There was in incubators, and we didn't get to see them for the first 9 hours because they had to be resuscitated and checked and everything. And then when we actually did see them, it was your worst nightmare. They're in incubators, there's tubes everywhere, drips everywhere, wires everywhere, machines breathing for them, actual ventilators.
It's the worst day of my life.
They had a nurse 24 hours surviving. A nurse just stood by there, one incubator each. So they had 2 nurses for them 24 hours a day. And I couldn't really bring myself to go into the room to see them because I didn't want to stop the nurses doing their job. So I stood outside the glass window just wondering if they were going to survive.
You couldn't hold them for days after either. That was hard. Not being able to just hold them in your arms.
And to be able to see them. Like the first time I was asked to hold them, I run out the hospital, I didn't want to touch them at that time. But I put my hand in the incubator and stroke.
Yeah.
But I was scared of actually holding them.
I felt like I'd done something wrong. Because I was born early and I just felt like there was nothing I could do. But me being there for them and expressing the milk for them was a big thing for them. But it was like an emotional roller coaster, to be honest. It was never want to go there again.
Even down to expressing the milk was seriously hard pressure. Because there was twins, Sarah couldn't produce enough milk for both of them. So Mark, luckily, saved our lives because we'd have to, every 6 hours, we'd have to get milk from the house to the hospital to feed the twins. And Mark used to do the night runs for us.
So we could have
take it at midnight, he'd take the milk at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we could get them a couple of hours sleep, which saved our lives sort of thing.
I'm Mark Davis, friend of the family. Known Dad for about
3 years.
About 3 years now. Met through Sarah's cousin
Lee. And just been friends since.
Yeah, clicked.
Yeah.
You must be a really good friend to have been involved with the stressful time compared to John.
Yeah, I could see how much stress and how much of a drain and how tired there was, and I thought, any way I could help, then I could, and I did. And I'll do it again as well.
How did you feel when you saw her?
Well, I felt, mate, it brought a tear to my eye just seeing, obviously, imagine if that was my kid that was going through all that, and I thought, it would be nice if someone could help me out, and I thought, I can help out, try and relieve a bit of the stress, give them a bit of time to have a bit of a rest before they're running because the amount of times they're running to the hospital each day on the bus and that as well, you just see how tired they was and how old the boys were. So anything I could have done to help them just get an extra hour of sleep or anything,
Had you heard of the reflux before?
I hadn't. No, it was all new. Hearing about it all.
And now that you've heard about it, you know about it, and you've experienced it so closely.
Yeah.
What are your feelings towards the project that's happening?
I think it's a great project that's happening. I mean, if this thing that could help stop what Daz and Sarah went through, or even just help, you know, anyone else going through that sort of stress and worry and panic, then definitely, yeah, all for it.
How involved have you been in the development of the
I
project?
think since day one.
Yeah,
I mean,
since
Dad's
day
always,
one.
always said that. Dad's already had the idea. I think I just encouraged him to go through it. At first, it was like, I don't know whether to go through it or not. You know, who do I talk to about it? So just go for it. Like, what have you got to lose? And if you can help, if you got this idea that can help save babies' lives and help save the worry of the parents, and that, then go for it.
We're currently in Smiths Wood in North Solihull, and we know from the reports that are being generated from the 2011 census that in fact Smiths Wood and some of the surrounding areas like Chelmsford Wood and Kingshurst are amongst some of the most deprived areas across England. This area, particularly around Smiths Wood, is one example of where the council, Solihull Council, have been doing a tremendous amount of work in conjunction with North Solihull Partnership, looking at refurbishing the local area and supporting the local community. So the Smiths Wood gym has been empty now for about 3 years, and obviously it's in a condition now that doesn't reflect how it was when it was last used. Unfortunately, there's been quite an extensive amount of vandalism in the building. That includes stripping out anything I think that was possible to resell. Not unusual for a building in this state and unoccupied, but what it has done is left us both with a difficulty and an opportunity, because we can take what we have at the moment and develop it further without necessarily changing structurally the building. But we would want to reinstall in this facility everything that was eco-friendly, so we'd want to have efficiency in terms of not just the generation of energy within the building, but the use of energy. So in fact, from an opportunity point of view, we're going to be able to replace the lighting, we're going to be able to have a new biomass boiler, we will have new insulation across the whole facility, and that of course will help to make this facility both self-sustaining in terms of its energy use, but also our expectation is we will be able to generate electricity from an array of solar panels on the roof, which will go back into the community. So quite a lot of benefit all around, but a lot of work to be done. So we're now in the main gym area. So this is great in terms of the scope for the facility going forward, because we have a large open space that's made up, as you can see here, still with a lot of the features that would have been here when it was used as a gym. So we have the basketball hoops. Most importantly, from the gym point of view, is the quality of the floor. So that we need a good floor to be able to mount the equipment that we're using when we actually start assembling products in here. Nice big open space, an ability to be able to embark on this project as a design for wellbeing project from day one. That means that we can look at the layout, we can look at the logistics, material flows, how we look after the well-being of everyone from the community that's going to work in this facility. So we're now on the first floor, and one of the things that's important for us here is that in a community like the Smiths Wood area and Chelmsford Wood, we want to make sure that inclusion is at the top of our list for people that are actually embracing not just the facility itself, but are also able to work here and use all of the office space that we'll make available as a co-working environment. Access for disabled is up the stairs, that's all in place. Some of it will have to be renewed, but at least we know that overall access for the building will support our agenda for inclusion. The houses that we have behind us are part of the redevelopment programme for this area of Smithswood, and it's a great example of where the council have been working with the local community, and these houses are energy efficient and heating efficient. So from that point of view, what we want to do with the old gym here in Smithswood for Gadgets for Good is that we want to be able to use that also as a case study for energy use. As an extension of what's gone on already here with energy efficient housing, it's really important for us at Gadgets for Good to look at this building in its new guise as being energy efficient. So that means it'll be self-sufficient for and generate energy that covers all of its existing needs, but we'll also be able to generate more electricity from its array of solar panels on the roof, which will be fed back into the local grid. What we're going to do with this building is actually use it to bring wealth back into the community, and that can only be done and is being done with the help of Solihull Council and North Solihull Partnership.